This is what is at my hospital table. I have a copy of the Four Agreements. I have a copy of this amazing book called Big Magic. I got my journal and my drawing book with pens. Hospital rocks when it comes to like these yummy little juice cups and mixed fruit cups. And I have orange juice, and these are for cereal and soy milk. It's a good option. There's a nice bagel, and there's some peanut butter and jelly. And there's my water, and there is some chamomile tea. And I have an apple. My friend, Coney, picked me some aloe that she's growing and some fresh turmeric. I have some olive oil for my skin in that spray bottle. And look, these chili peppers came from her garden. And here's some sunflowers. And this is injera bread, an Ethiopian flatbread that my friend, my sister Coney, made me. And here are also some beans, Ethiopian spiced beans with couscous that I will have later. So it's pretty fun in a sense of, there's some good choices here. Right now it's just breakfast, and I'll definitely have that later. But I just wanted to show you how I keep this table over here in the hospital. Because, I'm making the best of it, and this keeps me creative and keeps my mind on good things, and it's aesthetically pleasing, and, that's just a good thing to have when you're in the hospital, Make it beautiful as best as you can. Then you get to go home sooner. This is my official first unboxing, and it's in the hospital, and it's a pretty day. I can see the mountains. So here's what I got. Absolutely necessary for good abdominal healing post-surgery, whether it's ileostomy or stoma repair. Hi, Natalia. I have a brand new abdominal brace. Ooh, sexy. Velcro. Vegan materials. This goes around my abdomen and keeps my muscles held in place so I heal properly. No overexertion, no lifting heavy things. This makes for a happy camper. My last brace had a lifetime all of its own, and I needed to get a new one. So I'm pretty happy about this. What's the brand called? ProCare. It's backwards for you because you live in a different dimension than I do. I live in the alien dimension of backwards reading. Like people who used to listen to Beatles music backwards. Well, that's the dimension I kind of live in. Here's my breakfast in the hospital. There's soy milk and Rice Krispies. And chamomile tea and applesauce and orange juice and peaches. Here's the menu. It's funny how they say bland. Funny. Vegan doesn't have to be bland. Yeah, you just select and choose and pick and choose. Like here's the lunch selection. Just pick what you can that's vegan off of this menu. And you can even circle it and determine how many you want. Like, I want 3 mustards, I'd like 2 soups, I'd like 2 salads, I'd like 3 servings of rice, I'd like a bunch of shoyu. So that's how I pick and choose on my menu. And it's interesting because I know that when you're out in the regular world, people are like, oh, Kellogg's, oh, soy, and Lipton, and certain brands, and it's like, you please do the best you can with what you have. I know some people would probably cringe at this breakfast because they might be a raw foodist or a raw vegan and they're used to raw fruits and smoothies in the morning, or someone doesn't buy things like Kellogg's, or someone just doesn't, eat out of plastic or something like that. But it's like, how perfect can you make this experience? Use the tools given to you and make the best of what you can make, with what you can have. Make the best of what you have with what is in front of you. You have to special request this menu, or they're just going to send you every animal product under the sun. And we're not having that. I'm walking through the hallways of this hospital.
Oh yeah. So, I didn't even know.
One thing that I've noticed is when I had my first surgery here, I felt so weak that the hallways are small, but it seemed so big at the time because I was that weak. And now I'm walking through these hallways 4 months later, and I'm more recovered. And I'm just noticing how small these hallways are because my perspective is different. They're looking at me talk to myself on a camera. When you look at a life experience from a different perspective, this is me now, looking back at how I was back then. I feel like I've come quite a way. I've come quite a long way. That's quite a nice experience, really. I need to walk just to feel a bit normal. This is my 3rd surgery this year. That's a lot. Surefire way to not care about how or what people think of you, to really practice it. Walk around with a camera and talk to yourself. I know that there's a glare on this frame. This pretty painting is here. And when you're a patient walking through the hallways and you're healing from a surgery or anything, you come across some beautiful art. It's really beautiful and inspiring and soothing to the soul. Things like that feed the soul. Art is sometimes considered not practical because it's a piece of art in a frame on a wall, but it is so necessary to have music and art when you're healing, when you're recovering, when you're going through something in your life, whether it's special or intense or a journey or detrimental or a challenge. Those are the times when I buy music and books and journals, and I just soothe my soul with art. Now, I've talked about it before in my videos. That's another reason why I love nature so much. Don't ever think that your gifts as an artist are not practical, because it's not like clothes. Everyone needs clothes, or food. Everyone needs food. But people love music, and a good inspiring movie or a film or a documentary, or someone documenting their life when they were going through it so others can be inspired. Those things to me are practical for the soul, because the soul needs to be nourished. I'm gonna have to find it in person. Oh my God, let's go to the labyrinth. When you're a patient at the hospital and you're 99 pounds and you're just not feeling like yourself, everyone matters. Everyone's kindness you remember. And this gentleman, this is Dr. How do you pronounce your name?
Mathis.
Mathis. Mm-hmm. I did say it right. Dr. Mathis. He was my anesthesiologist the first 2 surgeries. And he's just the sweetest, the kindest. And you always want the sweetest and the kindest to care for you when you're in the most vulnerable state. So I want to thank you too and put you in this video.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It was a pleasure taking care of you.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're doing well.
I'm doing so much better. Thank you. Oh, we get to have him in my video and on my channel. I'm so glad, because he's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can take it home, when you go home. The kids can eat it, drink it. I'll put it here at Turkey House.
I'm gonna find this labyrinth. Maybe David Boyle will visit me in spirit. to the right by the snack shop, and there's a labyrinth. We're gonna have a mission. Okay, the labyrinth. Look at this. Look at this thing. Okay, we're gonna have to walk this labyrinth. And look at this enchanted kingdom right here. A little woodland, beautiful forest in the middle of the hospital. Oh my goodness. Where am I? Am I near a hospital? It's beautiful here. There's a garden of spring onions and chives and flowers and parsley and tea leaves and marigolds and sunflowers and dandelion and wow. I'm not sure what this one is. And kale. Whoa. And aloe and is that fennel or dill? And basil. And oh, I don't quite remember what this one is, but this flower. Wow. Wow. And the sounds of these birds. And arugula. Oh my god, and arugula. And mizuna. And lettuces. And bok choys. And basils. And beans. And peppers. And peppers. I've never even knew that the hospital had all of these herbs. And here's a wild oregano. And here's some rosemary. And I still don't know what this one is, but it's extremely beautifully fragrant. Oh my god, and there's sage. Sage. Wow. And then there's some collards over here. Wow. Fluffy. Beautiful leaves. Here's this labyrinth, this beautiful labyrinth, and I'm gonna go walk it in private, but I do want to share with you this beautiful labyrinth before I go on my journey.